as I said in the beginning of the video, the background score is striking. It's amazing. I really liked it. What were the new musical ideas that you experiment with, and uh, how it helped you in this spiritual awakening too?
Thank you so much for asking this question because I want to talk about it too. So we started with the music, and suddenly we had to change some technicians. But no matter what happened, it worked out like a wonder. So coming back to that scene where he encounters Devi, the general instrumentation that is used when you have an Indian connection in a Western movie, you can
Sublime.
look. Yes, that's a perfect answer. Yeah, it's
Uh,
tabla and sitar because
mm,
Pandit Ravi Shankar brought in the sitar, the Beatles came, and then the
I
tabla.
think Indian music is limited to that only.
Certainly.
uh,
This time, we
mm,
wanted to use something different, and we wanted to use something totally out of context and which will make more sense. I mean, we were seeing the whole movie from the Westerners' perspective. So we
mm,
wanted to have music in that space, not violin, not guitar, or not even veena, nothing, but something totally out of place. And and we wanted them to have that sudden excitement, so we
mm,
used this techno music when Devi appears, which was a very odd combination. And also
mm.
my Rohit Gopalakrishnan, who is the music director, he was also a little hesitant about it because the
Okay.
entire film has a different kind of music.
Mm,
Only that part has a different kind of music. Like it doesn't fit in the whole palette. This stands out. So it was like, I don't know if it's going to work or not. So we
mm,
were at even after releasing the movie and showing, doing some private screenings, we were like, oh my god, people might not like it. But
mm,
everyone told us that that was great. That scene worked out really well. So that
mm.
gave us a lot of confidence. And also we had this opportunity to experiment with Spanish. So we had a Spanish song in the opening. Uh,
Right. Mm,
that was very nice. And talk about the Sanskrit song that we had. We
mm.
were we were mixing Sanskrit, we were mixing English, we were mixing Spanish, and then we played with this techno music. Uh, and at
And
the
there was
end,
violin, I think, some at some point, violin was being played too.
yeah, the cello. It's a big one. Unfortunately, we could not make best use of it because what we planned during the shoot did not turn out. But otherwise, we had a very interesting plan. We wanted the whole story to run with that as the background music. Like she's playing the cello live, and that
Mhm.
becomes the background music. But
Yes.
unfortunately, that didn't work out that well. But
Okay.
but everyone loved the music. This unanimous verdict on that. And one point I would like to mention about the Sanskrit song that we have when we show the Devi the next time, because when Charles sees Devi, he doesn't know that she's Devi, so
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't see her as a divine figure. So there is no
Mm-hmm.
need of divine music there. It doesn't even make sense to Charles. But next time when he sees her as a divine figure,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even the guy who's worshipping previously, he knows that he's worshipping, he's meditating upon a divine feminine. So there we used Indian music, and we had this Sanskrit piece, and those lyrics are straight out of Lalita Sahasranama.
Okay.
And again, see, again, you can think these are miracles or you can think just a coincidence, but there are so many things. I would like to mention this. So I asked
Mm-hmm.
my music director, I told him that, okay, this guy, it's a dark, deserted place, there is Devi. So how about you write some Sanskrit lyrics? Then he came up with this 4 or 5 lines from Lalita Sahasrama, and they suit so well to the situation. I didn't really give him so much background because it talks about the moon, Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chandra, Kaladara, Manu Vidya, Vidya. And it's a full moon night. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he's sitting under the sun, and Devi is right there. So, and Devi appears in the sky. So it was so well. Like so many people asked us if we are going to do full Lalita Sahasranama in that tune. People loved
Yeah.
it so much. It was like a love at first sight for many people, especially that. So
I
yeah,
didn't know it was from Lalita Sahasranama, but I too really enjoyed it.
yeah. It was so nice. The whole process of making it was very interesting. I really want to share a lot about these things for people who want to do their films so that they also learn from some of our experiences.
As a music lover, I must say that the entire the background score was very apt and very engaging too.
Yeah, yeah,
One last question about the film. Then I'll take your 10-15 minutes more to know a little bit more about you.
sure.
So you walk a fine line between spirituality and I would not say it preaching, but in a sense, everybody wants to put their culture forward, right? So it
Yes.
must be there in you as well. So be honest. Was there any scene where you think you crossed that line and you had to pull back in editing?
Yes.
Mm,
Not in editing, but
mm,
while shooting, especially in that scene where we discard an icon, because it could be very sensitive. So
mm,
we thought we will bring it back
mm,
and should. I mean, of course, accepts
mm,
that he made a mistake in his
mm,
vocally. He says that in dialogue, but always a visual is more this thing, and showing
mm,
it indirectly. So there was a lot of discussion about that on how to show it, whether to show it or not.
mm,
So we did shoot it, and we thought we will decide it in the post production of whether how to show it. But when we were in post production, we were pretty sure that we wanted that shot, so that really helped us. So when the
mm,
movie pans, you don't see the Devi icon,
mm,
but when you pan, you see the other icon that they were discarding. And but
mm,
what happened to Devi icon? It was pretty much like Devi also left with Charles. Like Charles
mm,
left, magically Devi
okay,
also left. That
okay.
we wanted to literally show, but somehow that shot never happened. And I think it is all the grace of Devi. For whatever reason, that shot did not happen. We tried twice, but that should not happen.
Mm,
But then the icon appears in the hands of the young neighbor who is
mm,
exploring what's next. And one important thing to note is Charles and the young neighbor are like the parallel paths. Just like
okay,
Charles, if you see the costumes, her hairstyle, coloring, and all that, she's a rebel. She's not an ordinary, like ordinary conservative person. She's a rebel, just like
right.
how was in his
In,
a decade back.
yeah.
Just like he had questions, she's having
Mm,
some questions, but she has some trust on Charles because she saw him being very peaceful and very inclusive and all that, and she's now interested in that. She's getting some answers. So I never crossed that line. By crossing, what I think would be crossing line is not crossing line, but very cliche, or which could very send a very wrong message that I am superior, you are bad, is if I had convinced one of the family members to give up. Or for example, if daughter says, oh no, no, this is bad, my dad is correct, then there
mm,
will be a problem. But the daughter says, you do what you want to do, I'll do
mm.
what I want to do.
The last line, he's all messed up and
Yeah,
yeah, in
yeah.
the car.
So she supports him, and at the same
Mm,
time she doesn't
mm,
throw her husband in
mm,
that context in a bad light, but just says that be nice to him. So
mm,
we tried our level best to not cross any lines. But please understand that in a movie we will have a conflict. The conflict will trigger some emotions. That's how the stories are built. But towards the end of the movie, you should feel that it is all justified.
mm. And it's based on fact too, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
and also the point that you just raised, that the rebel thing,
yeah.
to be asking the right set of questions, you have to be a sort of rebel.
Yes,
Otherwise you won't be able to ask those questions.
yes.